Hey everyone, today I will show you how to check the seatbelt pretensioner in case of seatbelt pretensioner fault when airbag light is on, and how to simulate the seatbelt pretensioner itself just to make sure if the component is faulty or fault is from the wiring or airbag control module. Okay, so let's start. First of all, let's have a look at the scan tools to see if there is any fault for seatbelt pretensioner. So we need to go for restraint control system, which is airbag system, by the way. My ignition switch is on, and I'm gonna read the fault code from up here. So this is the fault code that I have, P2292 restraint system seatbelt pretensioner fault, but the scan tool doesn't tell me anything about which pretensioner is actually giving me the fault, if it is from the driver's side or passenger side. Okay, so let's have a look at the live data if we have any more information in here. So I have one pretensioner for driver side and one for passenger side. I'm gonna fix this one up to see. Okay, so you see the resistance for driver side is 2.3 and for the passenger side is 25. So resistance on the passenger side is way high, because normally for the airbags and for the pretensioners, internal resistance for any of them should be something around 2.2 ohm. But here you see for driver side, I've got something around normal, but for the passenger side, I'm getting way high resistance. So it means there is something wrong on the passenger side. So I need to focus on that side first. Okay, I removed the center console to give you a better look from the seatbelt pretensioner. So sometimes, I can say most of the time, seatbelt pretensioner is installed on the seatbelt retractor, but on this car, which is Ford Territory, seatbelt pretensioner is just right here on the buckle side. I have the buckle in here, and this is actually my pretensioner. So if accident happens, this one, there is a small piston in here which is going to move by nitrogen gas generated in here to pull the whole buckle. I will remove this one later on to give you guys a better look from the seatbelt pretensioner. But at first, I need to see if the problem is from the pretensioner itself or from the wiring, and for that I need to simulate the pretensioner first, because as you saw in the live data, the resistance of the pretensioner is way high. But how can I make sure it's from the wiring or from the pretensioner itself? Can I measure the resistance on the pretensioner using a multimeter? No, of course I can't, because any measurement on the pretensioner may cause sudden deployment. So we don't want to do that. So everything should be done in a really safe condition. So for that, I'm going to use the seatbelt simulator. But first of all, let's find the connector for the seatbelt pretensioner, and I will show you guys how to do the simulation. When you are working on the airbag system, before removing any components or any connector, don't forget to turn the ignition switch off and disconnect the battery negative terminal to make it more safe to work. Okay, connector is under the seat. I just pulled it this way to make it more clear. This is the connector, and you see there are 4 pins here, and I've got 4 pins because it's for the buckle switch as well, because this one is connected to buckle switch and at the same time to seatbelt pretensioner too. So before the simulation, I'm going to show you something on the wind diagram. So this is the airbag wind diagram for this car, Ford Territory 2010. And as you see here, I've got seatbelt pretensioner passenger side in here. Okay, so this is the component, and I have 4 wires and all the colors are here. black, yellow, black, red, black, and yellow, red. All these wires are here. The black one is connected to the ground, and all other wires are connected from here to airbag control module. Okay, these are all the other wires connected to the airbag control module. And here is the airbag control module down here. If you remove the center console, you will reach to the airbag control module under the center console. Okay, but I can't say if the airbag control module is faulty at the very beginning, because I need to check the pretensioner itself. And if that one is okay, I go for the wiring, and its seatbelt pretensioner is okay, wiring is okay. The fault could be from the airbag control module itself. But let's have a look at the pretensioner first, so we can simulate it to see if everything is gonna be back to normal or not. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect the connector first, and don't forget that the ignition switch is off. My battery negative terminal is disconnected as well, just to make sure everything is safe and secure to work on the airbag system. So I'm gonna disconnect the connector first. Okay, so this connector is connected to the seatbelt pretensioner and the buckle switch, and the other one, the female one, this connector is connected to the airbag control module. So what I'm gonna do first, for seatbelt pretensioner, if you remember, the normal resistance for the seatbelt pretensioner is 2.2, around 2.2, 2.3. So, but what I was getting was 25 and something. So it means I need to simulate it. If resistance gets back to normal, it means that the pretensioner was faulty. And for doing that, I'm gonna use this pretensioner simulator. I can use this one for the airbags, for the pretensioner. This is actually a 2.2 ohm resistor. So if I put this one in the place, it means I'm actually simulating the pretensioner. So what I'm gonna do, I need to find which pins are for the seatbelt pretensioner, which in this case, these two, the first and second pin, they are for the seatbelt pretensioner. So I need to grab this, and I need to put this one in there. Okay, and I need to put this one in there. So it means that because at the normal case, these two pins should be connected to the pretensioner using this connector, right? But now, because I'm checking if the pretensioner itself was faulty or not, I disconnected this connector, and instead of having these two pins connected to the pretensioner, I simulated the pretensioner with a 2.2 ohm resistor. Okay, just to see if everything is back to normal or not. So how can I make sure if everything is back to normal or not? So I need to connect the battery negative terminal, turn the ignition on, and check the scan tool again, check the fault code, if I can erase the fault code, and obviously I'm gonna check the live data as well, if the resistor is back to normal or not yet. Okay, I have the seatbelt pretensioner simulator in here, connected, actually seated on the connector. I connected the battery negative terminal, and ignition switch is on. Okay, let's check for the fault code and the live dot. So let's go for the live dot at the very beginning before erasing the fault code to see if there is any changes or not yet. If you remember, we had 25 and something at the very beginning. So this is the driver pretensioner, and this is the passenger side. So as you see, it's already changed from 25 to 2.1. So it shows us that the fault was from the pretensioner itself. It means right after seatbelt pretensioner simulation, resistance already dropped from 25 to 2.1. So what does that mean? It means I need to remove and replace the seatbelt pretensioner in this case. So I don't need to check the wiring anymore, because I already found out what the fault is. And if I try to erase the fault code, so erase DTC. Okay, see, the fault code for Pretensioner is gone, and I only have the fault code for the buckle switch, and it makes sense because connector is disconnected, and I just simulated the Pretensioner, not the buckle switch, because I was just trying to make sure if the Pretensioner is faulty or not. But guys, you need to remember, it's really important to remember that this simulation is just to make sure if the Pretensioner is faulty or not, if you need to buy a new Pretensioner or not. So this is not actually a Pretensioner replacement. This is just for checking the components, because you cannot measure the internal resistance on the Pretensioner itself. You do this to make sure if the part is faulty or not, so you have this peace of mind to order the new components. Okay, so leaving this one on the car just to turn off the airbag light on, just to erase the fault code, it's going to be really dangerous. It will lead to really severe injury after accident, because the Pretensioner is not going to work anymore. Okay, so this is just a test to see if the component is faulty or not. Like this case that I had, I know that my Pretensioner is faulty and I have to order a brand new one, and that's going to be it. That's the troubleshooting for this case. So I'm going to remove the Pretensioner as well, because I'm going to replace it anyway. So after removing, I will show the Pretensioner to you guys as well, and I will explain how it works as well. Okay guys, I removed the seatbelt Pretensioner, and as you see, this one is the buckle and this one is the Pretensioner itself, which is on the buckle side. But how it works, if you see here, there is a cable in here. So one end of the cable is installed to a piston in there. So our explosive material for Pretensioner operation is exactly here. So in case of accidents, airbag control module will deploy the Pretensioner. So this explosive material in here, it's gonna make a massive amount of nitrogen to actually push the piston in this cylinder, and it's gonna pull this cable to pull the whole buckle down. Okay, so as we tested by the seatbelt simulator, this one is faulty, so I have to replace the whole thing, put the new one back in and erase the fault code, and that's it. Okay guys, after simulating the Pretensioner, we found that the Pretensioner was faulty, so I replaced it, and I'm gonna go for erasing the fault code to make sure everything is working properly right now, and there is no more fault code. So let's read the fault codes now. So as you see, I have two fault codes here, but they are not active anymore, hopefully, because I replaced the Pretensioner. Let's just raise the fault codes and see if they come back again. Okay, no more fault code. That's what I was after. And if I check the live data again for resistance, and as I see, 2.3 is exactly the resistance that I'm getting for brand new Pretensioner I installed on the passenger side. Okay, thank you very much guys for watching this video, and I hope you find it interesting. Thanks.